sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Christopher Cruz. The CDC's Vaccine Advisory Committee has ended its two-day meeting with another change to vaccine recommendations. CBS's Mark Strassman in Atlanta reports the committee declined to recommend that all Americans get the COVID-19 shot.
The 12-member panel was handpicked by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a longtime vaccine skeptic. Some outside medical liaisons working with the panel say the guidance should be more forceful.
Simple, stable recommendations can increase vaccine coverage. COVID-19 vaccines are highly safe and effective.
A recent CBS News poll found 77% of Americans say that COVID shots should be available to people who want them, whether or not they would get one themselves.
There was a sometimes violent confrontation between ICE agents and protesters near Chicago this morning.
It was the fourth demonstration in as many weeks outside the Broadview ICE facility to protest President Trump's immigration crackdown. Evanston Mayor Daniel Biss, who's running for Congress, was part of the protest.
Not only do they come with weapons and violent show of force and drive a van into us, but then they tear gassed us. And I have to tell you, it was terrifying. It was impossible to breathe.
Another Illinois congressional candidate, Kat Abou-Ghazaleh, was thrown to the ground by an ICE agent. ICE says it has rounded up 400 people since Operation Midway Blitz began 2 weeks ago. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
President Trump says his phone call this morning with Chinese President Xi Jinping to discuss the future of TikTok was productive. He said they made progress on the, quote, approval of the TikTok deal. But CBS's Nancy Cordes at the White House says it's not at all clear just what that means.
It sounds like there is still some fine print to be worked out, possibly more than fine print. We simply don't know. And the president still hasn't revealed any details about who exactly would be buying TikTok.
The conservative Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz says if the Trump administration goes after the media, as the president has threatened to do, it will hurt conservatives in the long run.
If the government gets in the business of saying,
Well,
we
can't
don't like
say.
what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like. That will end up bad for conservatives.
Cruz was talking about the suspension of late-night television host Jimmy Kimmel. He was speaking on his Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast. On Wall Street, the three major indices, the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, all closed at record highs for the second straight day. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 82 degrees in Livermore, California.